let's start the today's session. In the last session, we have covered one problem by Rayleigh-Ritz method. Okay, we have practiced one problem by Rayleigh-Ritz method. So in this lecture, we will solve one more problem on a Rayleigh-Ritz method, but this problem will be different than what previous problem we have taken. Okay, so I'll just write down Rayleigh-Ritz method. Rayleigh-Ritz method mapped over entire domain. Rayleigh-Ritz method mapped over entire domain. So by this method, we will solve one more problem. Okay. So our problem, okay, which is given is, okay. So now the problem which I'm writing, we have already solved that problem by exact, collocation, Galerkin, least square, subdomain. Okay. So we have solved that problem by 5 methods previously. Now we will solve it by Rayleigh-Ritz method. Okay. So problem is d square u by dx square plus u is equal to x square for x ranging between 1 and 0. Value of u when x is 0 is equal to 0. Value of du by dx when x is equal to 1, it is equal to 1. It is equal to 1. Try to understand. Okay, so this is a problem whose solution we already know. Okay, now we are practicing it by Rayleigh-Ritz method. Okay, so see, you can see now we will start with the solution. So see, in order to start with the solution, you can see what is the minimum value of x? It's a 0. Maximum value of x, it's a 1. Okay, so this particular term, it is nothing but a domain. Okay, right? This is a domain. Domain, it's basically the range for the x. X, it is varying between 0 to 1. Okay, now if you just see these two terms, okay, so these two are nothing but the boundary conditions. Okay, so if you want, I'll just write down these as these are the boundary conditions. Both are the boundary conditions. Okay, but one it is in the form of u, and second it is in the form of derivative of u, right? One it is in the form of u. So u is the primary variable. If you take the derivative of primary variable, that is du by dx, it becomes a secondary variable. Okay, so if you just see this, okay, this particular term, okay, I'll just highlight that this particular boundary condition, it's essential. Okay, this is the essential boundary condition. Both are the boundary condition, but this is essential because this is in terms of u. Okay, now if you just see this one, okay, this is not in the form of u, it is in the form of du by dx. Okay, so this is called as a natural boundary condition. This is a natural boundary condition. Try to understand. One is essential and second is natural. Okay, and you remember in Rayleigh-Ritz method, we will be applying only essential boundary condition. In Rayleigh-Ritz method, we will apply. Now all of solution of the problem. Okay, you just let me know how we can proceed with the solution of the problem.
डिग्री सर, सबसे पहले डिग्री.
How we can proceed?
डिग्री देंगे.
Anybody? How we will proceed? Okay.
डिग्री,
so as
डिग्री.
Okay, right. See, see Rayleigh-Ritz. It is basically weak form. Okay, Rayleigh-Ritz. If you want, I will just write down. Weighted residual. Rayleigh-Ritz, it is what? Weak form of weighted residual method. Okay. So what we need to do here is we need to make this equation weak. That means this is a second order differential equation. We need to reduce it to first order. Okay. Second order, we need to half it. So see, what is the half of 2? It's 1. So we need to make this equation to the first order. Okay. So see what advantage, right? What advantage we will get by doing this? If you write down the approximate solution for this particular equation, it becomes C0 plus C1x plus C2x square plus C3x cube. This is order is 2. So you need to take one order greater than order of differential equation. That is C0 plus C1x plus C2x square plus C3x cube. This will happen if you solve it by non-weak methods. This will happen with non-weak methods. But now we need to solve it by weak methods. Okay, so let us make this first be weak. Okay, so how will do that? Okay, as I told you in the last lecture, we need to write down the approximate solution. So I'll just write down let u is equal to u approximate. So whatever the solution for which I'm assuming, I will take this as the approximate solution. So see, when you take this as the approximate solution, what happens is when you bring this term x square on the left hand side, what happens? Your right hand side should be equal to 0. When you bring this x square on the left hand side, it becomes minus x square. Okay, I'll just write down that d square u by dx square plus u minus x square is equal to 0. This is what it will happen. Okay, but whatever the solution that you have written, it's approximate. So your right hand side is not equal to 0. See, it's approximate. So your right hand side will not be equal to 0. So see, as it is not equal to 0, there is some error, right? As this is not equal to 0, there is some error, and that error we call it as residue, right? See, as that right hand side is not equal to 0, that means there is some term, okay, and that we will call it as residue. That term, particular term, we will call it as residue, and residue, it is nothing but error, right? Residue is error. So what we want this residue to be equal to 0, right? We are interested to make residue to be equal to 0. So that means what? When residue is 0, that means when error is 0, we will get exact answer, right? We will get exact answer. So I'll just rewrite the equation for R. I'll just rewrite the equation for R. So R is given by d square u by dx square plus u minus x square. So this is the value of R. Okay. So let me write down weighted residual equation. Okay. So weighted residual equation is given by, okay, now I need to write down what is the weighted residual equation. Okay, so 0 is equal to integration 0 to 1. Okay, I am writing the weighted integration, weighted residual equation. Okay, so let me write down first. Weighted residual equation is given by, okay, so here only I'll just write down weighted residual equation. Okay, so let me write down that first 0 is equal to integration Ohm. I'll write down 0 is equal to, I will not directly write down the equation. I will just write down first basic equation. 0 is equal to integration Ohm Wi into R into dx. Okay, this is our what weighted residual equation is. Okay, instead of putting the values directly, I have written the equation. 0 is equal to integration Ohm Wi into R into dx. So let us rewrite it by putting the limits. So 0 is equal to integration. Okay, what is your domain or range? It is 0 to 1. So 0 to 1. Okay, into weight function. Into weight function I have written, right? Into weight function. Okay, into R. So this is R, right? So just write down that R. That is d square u by dx square plus u minus x square, right? Plus u minus x square. So this is weight function into R into dx. Okay, now let's, what we will do is, we will multiply this Wi to each term of the bracket. Okay, so 0 is equal to integration 0 to 1 Wi into d square u by dx square, right? Then plus integration 0 to 1 Wi into u into dx. See, Wi into u into dx minus integration 0 to 1 Wi into x square into dx. Is it okay? You can see I will just split the bracket, nothing else I done. Okay, now let us do this. Okay, now we are supposed to solve it. Okay, let us integrate this term only. We will integrate this term only, right? We will integrate this term only. Okay, so see, this is basically the integration of u into v dx, right? Integration of u into v dx, right? So if this is the case, integration u v dx, how will you integrate? First into integration of second minus integration, okay, into derivative of first, okay, into integration of second, okay, dx. See, this you already know in a mathematics. This
Yes,
is formula you already know. Okay, what is the integration u by dx? First into integration of second minus
derivative of v minus v
derivative of first integration of second dx. That is what is written. Now let us apply this solution for the integration of the first term. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let us integrate it. Okay, so how will integrate it? So I'll just write down. Okay, I'll just write down that 0 is equal to I written 0. Okay, first term, what is that? Wi, right? First term is Wi. First term is Wi. Try to understand. First term is Wi. That is written. Okay, first into integration of second. So what is the integration of d square u by dx square? Okay, so obviously it is du by dx. Du by dx. See, first term as it is into integration of second. So when you integrate it, you need to give the limits. That is 0 to 1. So we will give the limits 0 to 1. Okay, minus what? Integration, minus integration. Okay, minus integration. So I need to write down the limit 0 to 1 minus integration 0 to 1. Derivative of first. What is the derivative of first? That is dwi by dx, right? Right. That is the derivative of first. That is written into integration of second. That is du by dx. Okay. Integration of second into dx. Is it okay? See, first into integration of second for the limit 0 to 1 minus integration derivative of first integration of second dx, right? So, and rest of the terms, I'll just write down as it is, plus 0 to 1 wi into u into dx minus integration 0 to 1 wi into x square into dx. Is it okay? Right? See, rest of the two terms are written as it is. Rest of the two terms are written as it is. Now you can see we have integrated it. So obviously we need to give the limits. Okay. So what we used to do, this term when 1, okay, minus this term when 0. So that I will do now. So 0 is equal to, okay, I'll just give the limit. See, what do you mean by this term when 1? That means weight function when 1 and du by dx when 1. So that I will write down. Weight function when x is equal to 1 into du by dx when x is equal to 1, right? So this is a upper limit I put, that is 1, minus weight function when x is 0. See, weight function when x is 0 into du by dx when x is 0, right? Du by dx when x is 0. So this is how we'll split this term. Okay, you can check it. This term only I split. Rest of the term I will just write down as it is. So minus integration 0 to 1 dwi by dx into du by dx, okay, into dx plus integration 0 to 1 wi into u into dx. Try to get a wi into u into dx minus integration 0 to 1 wi into x square into dx. Wi into x square into dx. Is it okay, all of you? Is it okay or not? Let me know. Is it okay? Is it okay with this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now see, now we have reached to this equation, and there are multiple terms. Okay. Now our interest is to our interest is to eliminate. Okay, the terms, the applicable terms. Okay. So see, one statement I have told you. Okay, in the last lecture on. Okay, if you can go through the previous lecture. Okay, what I told. See, if the boundary condition is defined, if the boundary condition is defined for primary variable, if the boundary condition is defined for primary variable, simple, if any boundary condition, it is defined in terms of primary variable. Okay, and such sort of boundary condition, it is known as essential boundary condition. Try to understand. The boundary conditions which is defined in terms of primary variable, it is known as essential boundary condition. So if you have essential boundary condition, then what happens? Then at that boundary, okay, weight function is 0. weight function is 0. Try to understand the meaning of the statement, what is written. Try to understand. If boundary condition is defined for primary variable, you can see the first boundary condition, which is defined in terms of primary variable, that is u. And such sort of boundary condition, we used to call it as essential boundary condition. If you just see the second boundary condition, it is defined in terms of secondary variable. Okay. And such sort of boundary condition, it is called as natural boundary condition, right? So you can see the first boundary condition. Just see the first boundary condition. Okay. U when x is 0 is equal to 0. Okay. So this is a boundary condition which is defined in terms of primary variable, right? Because u, okay, u is a primary variable, right? So if this is the case, then weight function when x is 0, try to understand. See, u at x is equal to 0 is 0, right? And this boundary condition, it is defined in terms of primary variable. So what is written? Then at that boundary, weight function is 0. Try to understand. So weight function at x is equal to 0 because 0 is a boundary. So weight function at x is equal to 0 is equal to 0. Try to understand. Okay. See, if the boundary condition it is like this, u at x is equal to 0 is equal to 2. Still, here you will get 0. Whether it is 4 or 5, still you will get 0 because this boundary condition, it is defined for a primary variable, that is u. And at that boundary, that is at x is equal to 0, the weight function is 0. Try to understand. Now talk about the second boundary condition. Du by dx when x is equal to 1 is equal to 1. So see, this is what? This is in terms of secondary variable. See, if you want, I will just highlight here. U is the primary. U is the primary variable, right? If you talk about derivative of u, du by dx, it's a secondary variable. It's a secondary variable. Okay. So at this boundary, see, weight function will not be equal to 0. I will just highlight that. So see, weight function, okay, weight function at x is equal to 1. This will not be equal to 0. This is not equal to 0. No, because this is in terms of du by dx. This is in terms of u. So if the boundary condition it is in terms of u, then at that boundary, that is x is equal to 0, weight function is 0. Okay, this is at x is equal to 1, weight function is not equal to 0 because this is in terms of du by dx. Is it okay?
Sir.
Yes.
सर इस सेकेंडरी वेरिएबल हमेशा 0 रहेगा क्या?
Where is secondary variable? Where is 0?
नहीं मतलब इसकी जो ये आपने लिखी हो लास्ट सेकंड वाली कंडीशन.
हाँ, it is not equal to 0.
हाँ वही not equal to 0 रहेगा हमेशा.
Yes, it is not equal to 0 for secondary variable. You see, you only remember when any boundary condition, it is in terms of primary variable, that is u. Okay. Then at that boundary, you doesn't see here what is on the right hand side. You don't see. If it is in terms of u, then at that boundary, that is at x is equal to 0, your weight function is 0. See, this doesn't matter. Right hand side doesn't matter. It only depends upon whether it is u or whether it is du. If it is u, that means it's a primary variable. Then at that boundary, that is at x is equal to 0, you can see at x is equal to 0, your weight function is 0. Is it okay? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let us put these values. Okay, let us put these values here on. Okay, in this equation. So I'll just put. Okay, I'll just put those values. Okay, so 0 is equal to see what is the weight function at x is equal to 1. That I will write down as it is. Weight function at x is equal to 1. Okay, into du by dx at x is equal to 1. Try to understand. Into du by dx when x is equal to 1. Okay. Then what is that value? Du by dx at x is equal to 1. It is 1. Okay, this is the only boundary condition it is given. Now you can see du by dx when x is equal to 1 is 1. Okay. So that is the thing which I put. Okay. Now let us see this one. Minus. What is weight function when x is 0? Weight function when x is 0 is equal to 0. So 0 into du by dx when x is equal to 0. Du by dx when x is equal to 0 minus integration integration 0 to 1 minus integration 0 to 1. Okay, this I will write down as it is dwi by dx into du by dx. Okay, dx plus integration 0 to 1 wi into u into dx minus integration 0 to 1 wi into x square into dx. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? I just put the values only. I just put the values only, right? So see what I will do now is, see this is plus term. See this is minus term. I will bring it on the left hand side. It becomes plus. This is plus. I will bring it on the left hand side. It becomes minus. So these two terms I'll just bring it on the left hand side. Okay. So it is given by integration 0 to 1. You can see integration 0 to 1 dwi by dx into du by dx into du by dx minus integration 0 to 1 wi into u into dx. See this is minus, it becomes plus, this is plus, this becomes minus, is equal to this is the only thing which is remaining, that is weight function at 1. This term is remaining and this term is remaining, minus integration 0 to 1 wi into x square into dx. You can see I just rearrange in the, okay, so sometimes I bring it on a left hand side, the rest of the term I kept it on the right hand side. That is the only thing which I've done. Okay, now you can see what advantage we'll get here. Okay, you can see the equation which we have started. Okay, so this equation, which is a second order differential equation, now we have reduced it to first order. You can check it. This is the second order differential equation. Now we have reduced it to first order, right? This is basically the first order. Now, based on this reduced equation, let me write down this as, let's say this is equation number. Okay, I'll just call this as equation number 1. Okay, now I'll call this as equation number 2. Okay, now see, based on equation number 2, what we will do? Based on equation number 2, what we will do? We will write down the approximate solution. Okay, now this is reduced one. This is, we have make it weak. Okay, so let us write down the approximate solution.
Sir.
So let u is equal to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square. Okay, so what happens? Okay, see, if you're going to write down the approximate solution based on this, okay, one additional term you're getting here, plus c3x cube. Okay, if you write down based on this, so you will get one term additional, c3x cube. But what we have done, we have reduced it. We have make it big. So we need to deal with one less constant. Okay, so let me write down this as equation number 3, be an approximate solution. Okay, so let this be an approximate solution. This is the approximate solution, right? See, what is the order here? First order differential equation. So what we should take power of x at least 1 greater than the order. Okay, so order is 1. So we'll take the power of x 2, right? We'll take the power of x as 2. Now let us solve this equation. Let us solve this equation. Now how you will solve this equation? Okay, so as I told you, we need to apply only essential. In the last problem, both were essential. So we have applied both the boundary conditions. Now if you can see this problem, one is essential and one is natural. Okay, so remember, if you want, I'll just highlight that point here only. Okay, only essential boundary conditions. Apply only essential boundary conditions. Apply only essential boundary. Only essential boundary conditions. Okay, that means we will apply only first boundary condition. U is 0 when x is 0. Okay, so I'll take the value of u equal to 0. U I will take it as 0. Then I will put x as 0. So C0 as it is. C1 into x is 0 plus C2 into x is 0 square. Okay, so I will get the value of C0 equal to 0. I will get the value of C0 equal to 0, right? I got the value of C0 at 0. That's all. I will not be able to apply second boundary condition because it's a Rayleigh-Ritz method. If you see the previous methods, collocation, Galerkin, least square, subdomain, or exact method, every boundary condition you are applying. whether it's an essential or whether it is a natural. But in Rayleigh-Ritz method, we need to apply only essential boundary condition. Okay, so value of C0 is 0. Let us put it here. Okay, so I'll just write down putting C0 in equation number 3. Let's put this C0 in equation number 3. So what we will get? We will get U is equal to C1x plus C2x square. Okay, so this is the equation what we got. Okay, this is the equation what we got now. Okay, so U is equal to C1x plus C2x square. Okay, now you can see in the problem, we got the value of U. Okay, we got the value of U, right? See, in this equation, what is required? We required U. Okay, at the same time, we require derivative of U. You can see we require derivative of. So let's do that. So what is the derivative of U with respect to X? Okay, differentiate this equation with respect to X. So this is C1 plus, okay, 2C2X, right? Plus 2C2X, right? So this is one more equation we will get. This we got it as du by dx. Okay, now see, we have written, we have the value of U. Okay, so let me write down this as some equation. See, this is U, right? This is U that is required. We require derivative of U that we calculated, right? So now what is required next? We require weight function. Then we require derivative of weight functions. Okay. So from where we will take those weight functions? So as I told you, or as we have practiced in the last lecture only, weight functions are coefficients. Weight functions are the coefficients of arbitrary constants. They are the coefficients of arbitrary constants. They are the coefficients of arbitrary constants in approximate solution. In approximate solution. After satisfying only essential boundary condition. Try to understand. After satisfying only essential boundary conditions. Only essential boundary conditions. Okay, so what does it mean? See, this is also the approximate solution. Okay, but it is not satisfying the boundary condition. So in this approximate solution, we have imposed this boundary condition, essential boundary condition. So we got the constant, and that constant, when we resubstitute in this equation, we will get new value of U. Okay, so this is the approximate solution which is satisfying only essential boundary condition. So in this equation, we have the coefficients constant C2 and C1 and C2. We have the constants C1 and C2. Okay, so what is the coefficient of C1? It's X. Okay, so this becomes my first weight function, X. Okay, similarly, you can see this in this equation. See, here there are two constants. So one coefficient is X, second coefficient is X square. Okay, so they are my weight functions, right? So W1 and W2, they're X and X square. You can see here X. So this is my first weight function. Here it is X square. So this is my second weight function, right? So this is what we got. We got this derivative weight function. We got weight function. Try to understand. What we got weight function. Okay, I means what? 1, 2. It will depends upon how many weight functions we have. So here there are two constants. So we are having two weight functions. Now what do we require? We require weight function when X is 1. Right? So let us calculate weight function when X is 1. So if the X is 1, then your weight function W1 is equal to 1. Yes or no? If you put 1 here, then W1 is 1. Okay. Similarly, in the second weight function, when we put X is equal to 1, so 1 square is again 1. 1 square again is 1. See, in this equation, if you put X1, W1 is 1. When we put X1, again W2 is 1. So that is what is written. See, W1 is 1 when X is 1. W2 is 1 when X is 1. You can see that. Right? Now, what do we require next? We require derivative of weight function. So let us differentiate first weight function with respect to X. We'll differentiate W1 with respect to X. So what is the differentiation of X? With respect to X. So when we differentiate second weight function with respect to X, is 2x. What is the derivative of x square? It's 2x, right? Now let us solve this, or let's put these values here. Let us put these values here. Okay, so I'll just write down those. Okay, let us put those values here. Okay, so see, I will just first write down that equation. Okay, so let me write down this equation as it is. Equation number 2, I will write down as it is. Okay, so integration 0 to 1. Now, instead of calling wi, I will call it as 1. Initially, I will write down considering first weight function. Then I will write down considering second weight function, right? So dw1 by dx into du by dx minus integration 0 to 1 wi into u into dx, w1 into u into dx is equal to w1 1 minus integration 0 to 1 w1 x square dx. Try to understand. Wherever there was I have written that as 1. Okay, I have written that as 1. Right? Now let us put the values. Let's put the values what we have it. Just okay. So integration 0 to 1, dw1 by dx. You can see dw1 by dx. It's 1. Right? dw1 by dx is 1. You can see into du by dx. Where is that du by dx? This is a term, right? So that is c1 plus 2c2x. Okay, into dx minus integration 0 to 1 w1. What is w1? It's x into u. See, w1 is x into u. What is u? This is the term. Okay, so c1x plus c2x square. Okay, this is u into dx is equal to weight function when x is 1. You can see that weight function when x is 1, weight function when x is 1 is 1 minus 0 to 1 minus 0 to 1 w1. What is w1? It's x into x square dx. Now let us solve it. Let's solve this equation. Okay, so what we required? Okay, we need to integrate this term, right? So 1, okay, 1 into this term is c1. So we'll just integrate. Integration 0 to 1. Okay, okay, c1 into dx. So I'll just write down dx c1. Okay, then plus I'll just write down 2. Okay, see this term dx. So okay, 2 integration 0 to 1. 2 integration 0 to 1 x dx to the coefficient c2. You can see 2c2x dx, right? Minus, now I'll just integrate it. Minus integration, you can see this x and x. This is x square c1 dx. Okay, so 0 to 1 x square c1 dx. Okay, that is what is written. Next, x into this term. So plus integration 0 to 1 x into this is x cube, right? X cube dx. X cube into dx into the coefficient c2. This is x into this. X square into x is x cube into c2 into dx is equal to 1 minus integration 0 to 1 x cube dx. Okay, so let me know how much value we are getting here. See, integration of dx is x for limit 0 to 1. So this will come as 1 only, right? So this you will get it as 1c1 plus, okay, when you do this 2 integration 0 to 1 x dx, okay, you will get 1c2 minus I've written as it is. You do it in a calculator, integration 0 to 1 x square dx. Okay, so that you will get it as 0.33 c1. Again, this you can do it. This is x raised to power 4 by 4. Right, so this you will get as minus this plus, okay, that you write down. You can see that. See, all of you here it is minus, so this term has to be again minus. This is to be taken as minus. You can take it. See, this is minus and this is again minus, right? So this I will write down as minus 0.25 c2 minus 0.25 c2 is equal to 1 minus, this is again x raised to power 4 by 4. Okay, x raised to power 4 by 4. That is 1 by 4. Okay, that is minus 25 you'll get. Minus 0.25. Okay. Is it okay now? Let me know. So what you will get? You will get 0.67 C1 plus 0.75 C2 is equal to 0.75. Is it okay now? Right? This is the equation what we have got. Right? This is the equation what we have got. So let me write down this as one more equation. Let this be equation number 5. This is by taking first weight function. Okay, now similar exercise we will repeat by taking second weight function. I will write down this equation number 2 again by taking second weight function. Okay, so I'll do that. So 0 is 0 to 1. You can see 0 to 1 dw2 by dx into du by dx into du by dx, right? Into dx minus integration 0 to 1 w2 into u into dx is equal to w2 when 1 minus 0 to 1 w2 into x square into dx. You can check it. The x square into dx. Okay, now let us put the values. Let us put those values which are there. So you see, just now we have those values. Okay, so integration 0 to 1 dw2 by dx. You can see this dw2 by dx. It's a 2x. 2x into du by dx. You can see this du by dx. So this is c1 plus 2c2x. c1 plus 2c2x into dx. You can see into dx minus integration 0 to 1. You can see minus integration 0 to 1 w2. What is w2? It's x square. X square into u. This is u, right? So this u is c1x plus c2x square. c1x plus c2x square, right? This is your u. Okay, into dx is equal to w2 when x is 1. w2 when x is 1 is equal to 1 minus integration 0 to 1 w2. What is w2? It's x square. X square into again x square dx. Is it okay, all of you? Is it okay or not? Let me know. Is it okay with this one?
Yes.
Split it. Let us split it. So integration, see this 2 I will write down 2 into integration 0 to 1, 2 into integration 0 to 1 x dx. X
सेकंड लास्ट
dx.
का रिटर्न बताओ ना जरा.
This step.
हाँ उसके ऊपर वाला.
This step. See only in this equation. See, let me clear. Okay, see this is the equation we got, right? Where we have wi. What is I? It how many weight functions you have. So we have initially consider done with first weight function. Okay, now we are doing it by taking second weight function. So initially I have written I as 1. I got equation 5. Then I got now I will be writing I as 2. So I need to get one more equation. Basically I need to solve equation 5 and 6. Equation number 6 I supposed to get it now. Right? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
So see, this is 2x c1 dx, 2x c1 dx, right? Now let us do for this multiplication. Plus integration plus, okay, this is 2. This is 2 into 2 is 4. 2 into 2 is 4. Integration 0 to 1. See, 2 into 2 is 4. X and x is x square.
X square.
Into dx.
C2X.
And this c2. C2, right? Now minus integration. See, 0 to 1. 0 to 1. X square into x is x cube. X cube into dx. Into c1. Right? Into c1. Right? Next. Minus again. Integration 0 to 1. Integration 0 to 1. X square into this x square. This is x raised to power 4. X raised to power 4 into dx. Dx to the coefficient c2. To the coefficient c2. Right? Is given by 1 minus integration 0 to 1 x raised to power 4 dx. X raised to power 4 dx. Okay, now let us solve that equation in a calculator. Let's solve that. So all of you can solve this equation in a calculator. 2 integration 0 to 1. So you can see this integration is x square by 2, right? X square by 2 and 1 by 2. So you get 1. It's simple is there, right? X square by 2 and x is 1. So when you put upper limit, so 1 by 2 into 2, you get it as 1. So this is 1 C1 plus, now this becomes x raised to power x cube by 3, right? X cube by 3. X cube by 3, that is 1 by 3 into 4. Okay. So we'll get it as 1.33 C2 minus, this is x raised to power 4 by 4. So it's 1 by 4. So that is 0.25 C1. See this now, simple integration is there. No need to go for a calculator. Minus, this is x raised to power 5 by 5. When you put 1, x as 1, so it is 1 raised to power 5 by 5. So it's 1 by 5, 0.20. So 0.2 C1. Okay, 0.2, what was that? C2. 0.2 C2, right? Is equal to 1 minus x raised to power 4. It's x raised to power 5 by 5. So 1 raised to power 5 by 5. That is again 0.2. Okay. So when you see 1 minus 0.25, it's 0.75 C1. 1.33 minus 0.2. Okay, it becomes 1.13 C2 is equal to 0.8. So let me write down this as equation number 6. Okay, equation number 6. Now solve the equation 5 and 6. Solving equation 5 and 6. Okay, let us see what value of C1 we are getting and what value of C2 we are getting, right? So for that, we need to go to the calculator. Okay, so let's do this in a calculator. Let us do that in a calculator. Right, so we'll do that. Mode, we need to go to mode. Solve the system equations with 2 unknowns. Okay. So I'll put equation number 5, 0.67, 0.67, 0.75, 0.67, 0.75, again 0.75, then 0.75, 1.13, and 0.8. So let us see what answer we get. We're getting at 1.27. C1 is 1.27 and C2 as minus 0.1362. Okay, simply we can do that in a calculator. Right. So this is the values of C1 and C2 what we got. Now why we have calculated the value of C1 and C2? Let me do that. Purpose to calculate the C1 and C2 is to put in equation number 4. Right. So putting C0, C1 and C2 in equation 4. So let's see what value of U we will get. C1, okay, C1 value. Okay, so I'll just write down that value of C1 as 1.27x, 1.27x plus C2. So minus 0.1362 x square, right? So this is the value for U. Okay, what we got. Now, what is the purpose to write down the equation for U? We are interested to calculate U at 0.25, U at 0.5, U at 0.75, and U when x is equal to 1. Right? So let us do this. Okay, let's set this equation in a calculator. Okay, so we'll set that 1.27 into x minus 0.1362 into x square. So let us solve it for what value of x? Initially 0.25. We'll get it as 0.3089. Let us solve it again for x as 0.5. We're getting this as 0.6009. Let's solve it for what value of x? 0.75. 0.8758. Again, solve it for what value of x? For 1. We're getting that as 1.1338. Is it okay, all of you? Is it okay or not? Let me know. Is it okay with this one?
Yes.
Is it clear? Okay, so let me brief it. See, this was a numerical whose solution we already know by exact, by collocation, by Galerki, and least square and subdomain. So we already solved this numerical by 5 methods. Okay, out of which 4 methods were non-weak. We have solved this numerical by Rayleigh-Ritz method, and which is basically weak. So idea behind weak method is initially make the degree of differential equation to its half. Okay, so this is the second order. Now we will initially make it a first order. That we will half its degree and then we'll solve. How to solve it? We have written one approximate solution and it was not equal to 0. Okay, so that term was residue. So this is the residue. So we applied weighted residual equation. Okay, then we in this weighted residual equation, okay, we reached to this equation, equation number 1. Once we solve that residual weighted residual equation, we have reached to this equation number 1. Okay, now see, this is a very core at the Rayleigh-Ritz method. Okay, that means what? If the boundary condition is defined for primary variable, and that boundary weight function is 0. So if you can see the first boundary condition, it is defined for u, which is basically primary variable. So weight function at x is equal to 0. See, weight function at x is equal to 0 is 0. Okay, so we have put these values again in the equation number 1. We have put those values in equation number 1. Okay, and we got new value, new equation. That equation we have written in some other form. So this is the final equation we have got. Okay, so what we have done, this was the second order differential equation, we have reduced it to first order differential equation, right? Now based on this equation, I have written the approximate solution. Okay, and here the order is first, so I have taken its order 1 greater than the order, so it's 2. So now in this equation, I have applied only essential boundary condition. So I was able to eliminate one constant. So I got new value of u. Okay, but you can see in this equation, I required u, at the same time I required derivative of, so I calculated that. Similarly, I required weight function. I required weight function when x is 1. I required derivative of weight function. So for weight functions are needed. So from the equation of u, the constants are c1 and c2. So their coefficients, that is x and x square, I have taken as a weight function. Now by putting the different values of x, like I have put x as 1, I got the weight function. I put x as 1, I got w2. I have taken the derivative of first weight function. I have taken the derivative of second weight function. Now these values are required to substitute here. So this equation initially I written considering equation number 1. I put the values, I solved the integration, I got equation number 5. Next, this equation I again written by considering the second weight function. Okay, I have written that considering second weight function, I put the values, I got equation number 6. I solved equation number 5 and 6 so as to get the values of C1 and C2. I got the C1 and C2. Now once I got the C1 and C2, I series substituted in equation number 4. Okay, so I got this equation number 4. Right, now in this equation number 4, I can put different value of x. Okay, based on that, I will get the value of u. Is it okay to all of you?
Okay, sir.
Is it okay, all of you? Is it okay? Have you understood this? Have you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, today we will conclude the session, and in the next session, we will take the Rayleigh-Ritz method. We will take the Rayleigh-Ritz method, but it is mapped over general element. Okay, we will take the Rayleigh-Ritz method, which is mapped over general element. So that we will cover in the next lecture.
Okay, sir.